All right, so now that we have mastered the 1/2 inch and the 1/4 inch dice and knife cuts, we're gonna move on to even smaller. We're gonna go into 1/8 of an inch. So this is where having a ruler is gonna be even more in handy because it's harder to eyeball than say the 1/2 inch. So we have the 1/2 inch here, and just to review, the 1/4 inch. So these are this is a knife skills ruler. You can probably find these online. I believe Amazon has them if you're really into knife cuts. But a regular ruler to be just fine. But now we're going to be going down to 1/8 of an inch, which is this thin one here, which the stick is called a Julienne. And the dice is called a Brunoise, which is French. So this is part of our testing. We're going to be learning the names of all of these cuts. So just make sure that we are staying on top of the proper names of everything. So I'm going to keep this here as a reference. And we're going to work on Julienne. So again, here we go. Our carrot, same thing, roundy, roundy. So we're going to square it off. Whenever I have taught knife skills live, everyone's least favorite thing to cut is a carrot, especially as we start to get down into these smaller cuts, because sometimes as you cut the carrot, it can start to bow out. So keep in mind, it's not you, it's the carrot. So if this happens to you, it's just a carrot. So here we go. I have roughly about a rounded edge. So now I'm going to be cutting this into planks, and I'm going to need to do 1/8 of an inch. So we had the 1/4 inch, and now we're going to go to 1/8, and we're going to cut down into a plank. Now this is where it's going to be really standing over your board. Make sure you have a good grip of the knife, because as you start to get thinner, this is what happens. If you don't have the even pressure all the way through, you kind of get a thin edge. So I'm going to put that away, and then I'll do this again. And now I have a nice plank. All right, so I have my planks. So now I'm going to turn these into sticks. So we have 1/4 inch, 2 inch. So now I can do another 1/4 inch cut. And this is called a Julienne. So for Julienne, typically this is a really fine cut, so this could be used for a garnish. This could be used, you can fry them up and use them as a garnish, like a fried garnish on maybe a soup. Basically, knife skills are just making fancy crudité. And if you look down, this should look like a square from above. And let's measure these up to our ruler. And they're a little long, so what we can do is stack them all up. And give them a little trim. And now, there you go. So that is the Julienne. So now that you take your picture of your Julienne, we can turn this into a Brunoise, which is a very nice small dice. So to start, maybe only do a couple at a time or one, and then you're just going to be and you have a Brunoise. With Thanksgiving around the corner, it will be a perfect time to show off all of your new knife skills. So maybe your stuffing this year has little teeny tiny vegetables in it